just got to put on my my costume,
Show glasses.
my show glasses.
Yeah.
For my eyes. Oh wait, what am I doing? I always forget this now.
But it's playing.
I don't know what any of this shit is. I'm fucking scared.
First, you're gonna tell me about this science stuff.
Sorry about that. What is a scientist?
You caught me like I'm experimenting with
Science.
It's like magic with electricity.
I know that. I'm not stupid. I'm smarter than you.
The smartest scientists in the entire world all agree
Science is a liar sometimes.
Seriously, this could not seem less scientific.
Those idiots don't know anything about science.
It's science.
I believe it's pronounced science.
This is the least scientific thing I've ever seen. So I'm just experimenting with them?
you be quiet.
Thank you, scientist.
Yep.
I kind of like the idea of a cold open now, like where we kind of talk for a second or two, and then it's like, oh, right, I can do this.
100%. Yeah.
How many weeks in a row can I forget?
And it kind of works out. Yeah.
And what works out? That's right. Under the guise of science works out.
Welcome.
I'm Charles.
Hello, I'm Chris.
Yeah, we've been putting it off for a couple of minutes the last few episodes, so good to get us right on track.
Now you know.
Out of the gate again.
Because hopefully this is for anyone who hasn't listened before. We're introducing ourselves. We're going to do talking about science, mostly jokes, but it's with the science-based theme, I guess. Yeah, but
yeah, science is going to be the through line.
Yeah,
and
we're going to teach you some things. You get, but you're going to listen to us laugh at each other.
That's going to be most of it.
Yep.
A very high percentage of being amused with ourselves.
Yeah. We tend to get derailed. The good news is this particular episode is the Moon Contest number 3.
Oh man, it is.
And this show is built on being derailed.
Yeah, in fact, it's even got its own music too.
Yeah.
It's the Moon Contest. It's the Moon Contest. Which one of us will do the best? It's the Moon Contest. Here's moon in your eye.
So when we do the live show, like when that gets played, I'm going to time my front flip onto the crowd at when it come down really hard on test.
Okay.
Card,
yeah.
Like that's when I'm going to land on my back on the crowd of people.
Yeah, you got to leap on con, so you're doing the flip and land on test, right? Kind of.
Actually, it depends on how high the stage is, and depends on what I can get up on top of. Because technically, if it's high up enough, I could jump on moon. I can jump on mud.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's the Moon Comp. Yeah, that's like a 7-foot fall. I am in for that.
A Greg Puciato Dillinger escape plan kind of jump.
I'll do a full fucking swanton bomb.
Yeah, shit.
Out onto the crowd. Chaka Malik of Orange 9mm apparently was doing that shit in the early 90s. Not that people weren't already, but like he would just like get like a quick like 4-step running start and then just do full like chest out and then into a front flip out onto the crowd kind of thing. Yeah. Never seen it, but I hear good stories about it.
Well, I saw Greg climb up on top of an amp. This was like second song into the set, so it was already off to a wild start because Dillinger escape plan just was wild start to finish. But he climbed up onto the amp, and a fan tried to climb up onto the amp with him. A security guard did not want that and was trying to pull the guy down. Greg, on the other hand, did want that and was trying to pull the guy up. So Greg and a security guard were playing tug of war with a human being. And eventually, I think the security guard realized, like, all right, this is going to be a lawsuit. So he let go, and the guy climbed up, and the security guard was talking to him, obviously telling him, you better not jump off. So the guy climbed down. Instead of getting kicked out, he climbed down, let him back in the crowd. So Greg jumped off into the crowd. Yeah. Oh, they were the best.
I think I only saw them that once, where I was going to that show anyway, and I saw you and Crack there, like not putting that together.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I think it was
me and Crack we went every time. Like it must have been for their first time I saw them was probably 2000-ish. So I didn't see them until after they had Greg as the singer. But for the 15 years that I saw them, I probably saw them every year.
Oh, nice.
Close to it, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Yeah, where they play outside like a Virgin Megastore in a mall somewhere. The Running on Heads video
in the Virgin Megastore. It was like at the bottom of escalators. So like in the video, you could see where they're playing with some people like came to the escalator and then regretted their decision and were going back up the down. Because it opened like the first note, he just ran full sprint into the crowd, and not like stage dive. It was like in the cartoons when their legs are still spinning in the air, just like running on people until he couldn't run anymore. And yeah,
he gets about 4 or 5 good strides in, like using people's heads as the ground.
Yeah, like Wile E. Coyote. He kept going.
It's like it's his ground. Their heads are his ground.
He builds it. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, we could probably just get right into this. We've already played the theme.
Yeah, we're gonna do a coin flip.
Yeah, we'll do a. We'll get to the first quarter.
Okay.
Let me. Do you have a pen or paper handy?
I don't have a pen or paper, but I don't have a pen or paper, but I can pull up Notepad. Or something
okay.
Like that.
Let's see if you could keep score any better than I can't.
Okay. I'll just keep it right in front of my face, so it'll be right there. Okay. Let's see how this goes. So
quick review of the rules. As always, we picked our topic, and our topic this week is Saturn, and we each took 25 facts, and we'll alternate reading them off. If you read off a fact that the other guy has on his list before he gets a chance to read it, they have to cross that fact off and cannot get a point for that fact. We added the wrinkle of try to do a decoy fact last time.
Yep.
So how do you explain that one?
So if you get the lie past the goalie, you get 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
If the person calls you out for your lie, they get 2 points.
Right. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yo, we're going to do this enough times that there's going to be like a 4-point swing on the final play.
Yeah, some shit's going to go crazy.
Yeah, it's going to... The fucking... That might end the show. Like, it might be controversial. It might be crazy.
we don't speak anymore after the moon contest number 6. Dad, how come you don't talk to Charlie? Don't say that name in my house.
Also, don't bring up any facts about the Atlantic Ocean, because those will also get me upset for the same reason.
Okay. You scared of the ocean? Is that what he was saying here?
No, I was It was being your kids in that scenario. Oh, you're talking. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying already. Great.
Yeah. I was making a Rattel joke. That's
you were.
Real inside baseball. Yeah,
yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me flip this quarter. You call it.
Heads is reds.
It is tails.
Ooh.
Never fails.
Tails is whales.
Reds and whales? It's okay. I like it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Apparently. I'm as surprised
Tell
as
me
you
it
are.
isn't.
All right. You're up.
All right. Strategically, I'm going to go for the low-hanging fruit, hoping that you did as well. So Saturn is the 6th furthest planet and 2nd largest in the solar system.
Oh, man. I don't know that I have that at all.
Okay. Schmud. Well, I could still I'll still take a point for it, but
yeah, you definitely still get a point there. Let me try one thing right quick. Facts red. 6th, right? You said it was the 6th planet from the sun.
6th furthest, 2nd largest.
Okay. Where did my list go? Due to its low density and rapid rotation, Saturn is the flattest, in quotes, planet in our solar system. So most oblong, elliptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that as a fact as well.
Woo!
Yep, you got me with that one. It is, yes, it's squished and it bulges in the middle more so than anything. I mean, the Earth does as well, but just not as much because it's more dense. It's rocky. But Saturn, because it's even more, what's it called? Or less dense than Jupiter, despite being, both gas giants, but it's very sparse. I don't know. What's the word for non-dense? What's the opposite?
How about loose?
Saturn's very, very loose.
Saturn is a loose planet. It's
In fact, for my next fact, Saturn is so loose that it floats. Or would float if there was a body of water big enough that it would fit in, but the density compared to water is less than water, so Saturn would be buoyant.
Oh, man. How big? How big of a body of water would you need for Saturn to be buoyant?
A bathtub bigger than Saturn, basically. It just has to be like really fucking big.
Yeah, that would have to be like, because you'd have to allow for the displacement of a planet.
Yeah,
a planet-sized thing to be pushing, but compared to a heavier planet, it wouldn't displace that much.
That's true. Yeah. That would, yeah. It would, it would be so much water that it would have gravitational pull and shit like that, and it would ruin things. But yeah, in a hypothetical world where you have this magical bathtub to scale, if you were to shrink Saturn down to tennis ball size, it would float.
I was sitting in a Saturn bathtub. No, it's just I didn't even have more for it. There's no way I could say Saturn bathtub, not in that voice.
Right.
All right. So we're at 2-1 you.
2-1 me, and your serve, sir.
All righty. Might be
for the record. We're gonna make tennis, baseball, basketball, hockey. There's gonna be so many sports analogies. It's not consistent. Just roll with it.
I'm gonna Google rugby terms and just try to make a saying out of them on the fly.
Excellent scrum.
He scrummed right into his blunder. Yes. Oh, and now he's just burning his privates right there out in the field.
It's disrespectful, mate.
Yeah. I think this is a softball as well. Saturn is the most distant planet that can be seen with the naked eye.
I don't think I had that. So yeah, you point for you, but doesn't hurt me.
All right, very nice.
That'll do. All right, 2-2. I'm going to say the rings. Saturn's rings are mostly made of ice, rock, and dust.
Did I have that? It's something about it, I thought. Yeah, as of now I don't. I might discover it.
We'll talk through it. Hopefully one of us remembers. What's cool about the rings though, it's like from here obviously it just looks like a couple circles, but close up, like I said, some of it's dust, so it's tiny little things, and some of it's big ice chunks that are, meters measurable across. There's a whole bunch of different stuff.
I think a fact that I don't think I ended up writing down, like this will just be a freebie out there.
Yeah, it's for the listeners.
Yeah, is that Saturn's rings, the stuff it's made up of, there's little pieces of stuff that are like a grain of sugar and then some as big as a house.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I should have tried to look up how many they speculate that there are.
Right? How many actual things?
How many things you got in that? How many things you got in those rings, mister?
That's like a 1920s kind of swing song, Zoot Suit style. How many rings you got in them things? Or whatever, the other way around. Things in the rings. Yeah.
Oh, no, what if it's like one of the things where they kind of like say the previous line but jumbled around? Like, what if it's, how many things you got in those rings? And how many things you got in the... Oh, the other... Damn it, I ruined it. I was so worried. Yeah. I was so worried about getting a lady voice.
Lady voice is good, though.
Oh, thank you. Fun drinking game for every time there's a the moon contest. Every time one of us says, who just went? You have to take a sip. The other one is, what's the score?
Actually,
are you sure?
All right, you're up, but I have an idea.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to do this. This fucking basketball ref, he taught me this without even realizing he taught me this, but I remembered I was arguing with him after a jump ball over whose ball it was, and he goes, I got this covered. He had a rubber band on his wrist, so he would just flip it from one wrist to the other when he knew. So left arm is Charles. Charles is up. So after you go, I'll just flip the other rubber band to my right arm.
Man.
And right arm, that'll be me.
Hot shit.
Yeah.
Well
Shout out. I don't know what his name is, but yeah. Orange County CYO basketball ref. You doing all
right? Frank Lebens. Frank Lebens.
Yes.
What a guy. All right, so is it my turn?
It is your turn, yeah.
Nice. All right, I did you and you. Shit, that's a long fact. I'll get to that in a minute.
You got to go easy. You got to go short facts for a little bit until it's ready. Then we go long fact.
The rotation speed is at the equator is 23,000 miles per hour. 20 times faster than Earth's equator.
Damn. I guess I'll take it back to the rings. Something cool about the rings is as big as they are, that you can see them from here, and they circle a planet of that size. They're only about 65 feet deep as far as, top to bottom. The Z-axis, I guess you could say.
So you said how... That was the thickness, essentially, of the rings, right?
Right. Yeah, if you were standing on the lowest piece of ice and looking up 65 feet to the top.
I sort of have a fact. Actually, no, I think I have that. What did you say? How many feet? 25 feet?
65.
Oh, 65. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I had the main rings are typically about 30 feet. But the Cassini Huygens, however you say that Dutch guy's name, Huygens, revealed vertical formations in some of the rings with particles piling up in bumps and ridges more than 2 miles high.
Oh wow! So this is not my lie. We just, I guess, got our facts from two different places as far as the depth or height of this thing.
That's what I had that all as one fact. Would I lose, or would I get half a point for the bumps and ridges?
I think you get a full point for that. I think that's a separate fact because that's talking specific. I'm guessing maybe what I looked up was like the average depth.
Okay.
And you have like the variations.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm only taking half because the first part was wrong, and also you said more or less.
Okay.
So
I think that's fair because all right. Half point.
Because I threw a dense fact at it with 2 facts within it. Yeah, there's one, by the way, is like that I have at one point in here that is like almost 2 paragraphs.
Nice.
But it was neat, and I didn't know where to break it up. Yeah, right. You'll see when we get there. But
I'm just gonna be scratching off. That's this one, this one, this one. Okay.
All right, I just read that one.
Yeah. All right. So this is my serve.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a cool one. There's a hexagon-shaped storm at the North Pole from the crazy-ass winds. It somehow forms a hexagon shape.
Hex is 6, right?
6 sides, yeah.
Wow. It's not like precise, right? Like it's not like some crazy weird magnetic field that's holding it exactly at.
I mean, I think like the corners, I guess, are slightly rounded. I bet if you were to fly through it, you wouldn't be able to see a sharp point or anything like that. But you step back far enough, and it's a very hexagonal shaped object, and it's just there all the time from I think the polar vortex, which Earth has as well. It's every planet has a polar vortex. It's just on Saturn, it's so fucking insane that it somehow forms a hexagon and traps all this South Pole shit. North Pole shit rather.
If they get a thing that they can actually like have hang out there and respond back to you, like some type of like a manned spacecraft.
They sent something there. I don't know if it was Cassini or if it was a different mission with a different name, but they have pictures of it and shit. But yeah, sorry to cut you off.
They get somebody in there and be like, nope. Turns out it looked like a hexagon, but it's actually just teeth. It's just all comprised of teeth.
Yeah.
This whole thing. Moving teeth.
At unheard of speeds, and they hurt. We're leaving. This tooth storm is the worst.
Talk about a biting wind, all right? Oh, man. Oof. All right. Where am I at here?
Left means Charles. I even wrote down Charles left, me right, so that I don't forget which rubber band means what. Which.
That would have been funny too.
Yeah. It's on my right hand, but I have no idea what that means.
Enceladus or Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons, has a thick, icy crust covering its surface with a salty liquid ocean underneath.
You are correct. So you get a point for that. But hang on one second. Let me just look through my facts because I did have some moon facts. Enceladus, however you pronounce Enceladus. No, I don't have that fact. So okay, so I don't lose a point, but you gain a point.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that. And mine that's related to that, I will throw out as well, is that it has ice volcanoes.
Ooh.
Due to that ocean underneath and the tidal pull of Jupiter. And yeah.
The more times we say ocean underneath, the less real it sounds every time. Covering its surface with a salty liquid ocean underneath. Picks them up at your grocery store. Related, just piggybacking on this same topic. In 2017, phosphorus vapor was discovered bursting through the ice along with carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. There is now evidence of the 6 essential elements for life on that planet. Moon, excuse me.
5. That's a point for you. So I think I should get a half point for this because I have Titan and Enceladus may have life or at least precursors. So it kind of dips into that, but I also say Titan.
You do. Was that first part that close to mine?
Well, you named the specific elements. I just said the precursors for life, but you said the 5 elements.
All right, precursors. Yeah. All right, yeah, precursors is what hammers it down. Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, half point.
Half point for Titan. And, it's getting rough. Hold on. I would say you are up again, or we could be at the second quarter.
That sounds good. I'm good for the second quarter.
This is getting a little tight. I think we need to loosen up. Switch it. All right.
Let's see how Charles reads with the wind to his back.
All right, which goal do you want to defend? Oh, shit, heads or tails?
Heads is reds.
You keep going heads. This time it's tails again. This time it's the same as the first time.
All right, so you still go next, right?
Yeah, so nothing happened there except that.
Except you said a sentence good.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
Yeah, that's the goal. We want more sentences. Hold on. Flip the rubber band so I remember it's my turn, and now it's my turn. So, Saturn is made of mostly hydrogen and helium, but it is more helium compared to Jupiter. Again, this is why it is not so dense. It is a lot more helium than the other super gas giant in our solar system.
So I don't know if this fact is just not correct or if it is correct in spite of what you just said. Saturn has several layers, but almost all of them are made up of hydrogen in different states. Liquid and solid metallic hydrogen are thought to be most of the core, while hydrogen, helium, water, and small amounts of other gases, including ammonia, make up the atmosphere and the clouds.
So it does say helium in there.
Does, yeah.
I mean, I believe both of them can be correct just because we're talking percentages.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like the percentages of anything gas related or anything in general, I mean, it's hydrogen and then traces of other shit.
Right.
So I think my fact was just to point out that as yes, hydrogen. Saturn and Jupiter are gas giants and mostly hydrogen, but Saturn has more helium than Jupiter does.
Okay.
Versus now yours is getting into the actual chemical compositions of the different layers. So I think that's a full point for you as well.
All right. Cool. Hey, what's the score here?
I have 7.5 to you 6.5. Which I don't know if that should be right? Because you got it.
I just read. Where the hell is this one? I just read number 21.
I feel like I shouldn't be up a full point because the half point should have. I may have given myself too many. Hold on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 things crossed out. One of them was something you said, so I completely lose that. So that's 8.
Right.
And then another one was a half a point, so 7.5. Okay. So that does make sense for me. I don't know if I fucked you over on a point or not. Because we went the same amount of times and you also got a half point, right?
Right.
So it makes... Okay. So I may... It's probably 7.5 to 7.5, but yeah, check your notes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not doing the scoring much better.
See? That's why we need crack.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, to keep score during these episodes. All right. So do I go or do you go? You go because I just went, right?
I go, yeah. I got right wrist. All right. It's working. So on Saturn, a day is less than 11 hours. It is the second shortest day in the solar system. Meaning the time it takes if you were to be standing in one spot somehow magically on Saturn, the rotation around so that if you're facing the sun, rotating back around, it would be 11 hours to be in the same spot.
All right. I don't know that I have that. I know I've read it a bunch of times on a bunch of different pages, but I don't know that I actually went with that one. Yeah, another softball.
And Jupiter is the shortest, just for the record, because I said second. So people may want to know number one.
What? How fast is Jupiter's?
10 and change. It's not much great, like an hour.
And this is just because it's they're both not massive, like just because they're gaseous.
Yeah, they spin like fucking. They spin crazy.
They're silly. They're silly.
Yeah.
The Cassini division is a region, 4,800 kilometers, about 3,000 miles in width, between Saturn's A ring and its B ring, which is that's the most prominent, like of the betwixt
the
rings.
Big gap.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
My fact is I said it was discovered by astronomer Giovanni Domenico Cassini in the 17th century. And that's why the gap in the rings and the spacecraft were named after him. So I just kind of tangentially touched on you.
If a drunk person just showed up at your house, like, hey, how'd you get here? And they went tangentially. And it's like, that's not a word.
Right. That word's tough not to say, like a fucking like a marble mouth.
The largest moon of Saturn is named Titan. Titan is so big.
How big is it?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Titan is so big that it's actually bigger than Mercury.
Ooh, another direct pick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's
man.
Word for word. Titan is bigger than Mercury.
Woof.
That's 2.
Fucking heavy D game right here.
Yeah. That's what your mom said.
Oh, man. I would say I walked right into that, but that just sets me up for that joke again. So nope.
Arbitrary mom. No, just in case anyone is listening. It's just what the kids say. It's not real.
Arbitrary mom.
Yeah. Hypothetical abstract.
I like Arbitrary Mom as a band name.
Yeah, that would be good. The wind on Saturn is the fastest in the solar system at 1,100 miles per hour.
It's essentially the same thing you just said, but I just prettied it up. Like I colored in a lot. So I wrote, winds around the equator of Saturn can be 1,800 kilometers, 1,100 miles per hour. So that's the fact right there. And then I just kind of sprinkled in with Earth. Fastest ever recorded wind was 407 kilometers or 253 miles per hour. And then for reference, an average person could be moved by a 67 mile per hour wind, and an average car can be moved by a 90 mile per hour wind, which all I did was give it Earth perspective. Like, that's the same fact.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So, all right.
Okay.
All right. Solid D. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I already made the joke.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I mean, I'll just keep leading into it. Boy, this game is riddled with D, huh? I'm up to my armpits in D. All right. All right. Let's get the book report out of the way. Like I said, I didn't know how to break this one down. It's all the same fact, but astronomers have developed 3 different systems for measuring the rotational speed of Saturn.
You tell.
Okay. I mean, I feel like that could be its fact on its own, but then this can all just be color. System 1 is for regions around the equator. The rotation speed is 10 hours and 14 minutes. Above and below the equatorial belt is called System 2, with the 10 hours and 39 minutes as the rotation speed. System 3 is based on the rotation of Saturn's magnetic field. It was first measured by the Voyager spacecraft. They determined the magnetic field also takes 10 hours and 39 minutes. However, when the Cassini spacecraft was over there in 2004, it found the rotation of the magnetic field that slowed down to 10 hours and 45 minutes.
Slowing down?
Yeah, so it appears the rotation of Saturn can change over time. Yeah. Either one. They were... Which, by the way, that is a suspect conclusion. So I guess sometimes it's different. And it's like, well, are you sure? Did you check your work?
Oh.
Well, did anyone check their work?
Do your own research, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You get a point for that.
Okay.
But I also want to point out that I got my lie past you, so I get another point for that.
Ooh.
Because
what was it?
The wind on Saturn is not the fastest in the solar system.
Oh,
I
you
was
sneaky
telling
prick.
the truth about about the speed.
Nice.
But on Neptune, it is 1,600 miles per hour. It gets up to.
Wow, hot shit.
The fastest. Yeah.
That's fast as hell, my guy.
That's what it says in the science textbooks.
It's just underneath. It's just alternating frames of someone like this.
You like the fucking. When we were kids, though, the textbooks always used to have like an illustration with word bubbles of 2 people talking to each other. But like now to talk with the kids, is that what it says?
That's even
like, yo, Yo, no cap.
Yeah.
That shit on Neptune crazy. The wind's busting 1,600 miles per hour.
For.
Yeah.
Which I've decided that's how you say FR.
Yeah,
So
for. I agree.
I'm sure a bunch of children decided that 6 years ago, but I've also decided it now.
You decided it better. I like the way you decided it much better.
If for nothing else, he's got some real elegance to the way he decides on things.
Mm-hmm.
Really good at executing decisions.
You could tell that it happened in his brain and then made its way out of his mouth without much filter.
He opened his mouth and it fell directly out of his head.
Filter is stupid anyway. Then you're not saying anything cool.
All right, so that was number 5 for me. You did get your fact by me. Well done. Your faux fact.
All right. 5. I think that's the end of the second quarter.
Ooh, all right.
I'm making sure we get 4 in this. Although I don't even know. We might have got I don't know if it was 3 or 5 last time.
I think we did 3. So if we do it every 10 questions or every 10 facts, we can get 5 quarters in.
Okay. Yeah, well, just we do things different. All right, call it. Fuck. Wait, hold on. Call it.
Heads is reds.
It is tails again, my friend. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's 3 in a row. That's statistically. I swear to God, this coin does have a head side. I'm just showing that, so I'm not cheating out of the moon contest. All right.
Controversy at tonight's moon contest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm up, right? Are you up?
No, I just won the flip.
Oh, right. That's right.
That literally just happened.
Yeah. That was a long time ago, man.
Man. All right. Saturn has over 80 confirmed satellites.
All right.
That's a lot.
That is it's pretty close. So here's what I got for that one. Saturn has the most moons of any planet in the solar system. 82 with 53 confirmed and 29 unnamed. But then I also found it in a different article. I put an addendum. As of 3/17/23, there are 145 moons.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some old info.
I had old info until I found that article. But you were not wrong because you said it had over 80. And last time I checked, 82 and 145 are both over 80.
Yeah, Price is Right rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
half point for you, a full point? How does it? How do you want to work that?
I don't know.
Because with new facts is also
But I did also have Saturn has the most moons of any planet in the solar system. So you just want to call it.
That is true.
You just want to call it a point each. Call it a wash.
I like it.
Okay,
yeah, I'll give you a point for that. That is something unique because you're comparing it to the other planets.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
We're loose. We're loose like the density of Saturn on here.
We're the opposite of dense on this show.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So you go again because I read my other similar fact.
So mine is Saturn has a tilt and a wobble, just like Earth. So it has seasons, just like Earth. The difference is Saturn's tilt and wobble is much longer, so their seasons on Saturn last about 7.5 years.
Oh shit! Was Game of Thrones on Saturn? Is that what this has been the whole time?
Maybe.
Oh,
A long night.
Oh man.
Game of Thrones on Saturn would have ended much, much sooner with everyone just screaming and being pressurized and cooked in the horror that is the atmosphere of Saturn.
So how does that flash of a second of a show seem? Are they just suddenly in the atmosphere of Saturn and then plummeting and being also condensed at the same time, or is the whole castle showing up? Like they're all
picturing.
Are they in Winterfell?
Somehow
is Winterfell there on Saturn?
Somehow they got to get some kind of faring dragon or something, right? There's got to be dragons that maybe spacesuits for a dragon somehow.
So are they in the spacesuit with the dragon? Are they in the dragon spacesuit?
They have to have their own spacesuits as well because they're going to leap off the dragon while angrily staring at each other on the way down into the atmosphere of Saturn, where they all die immediately while angrily staring at each other. That would be a lot of anger, and like if looks could kill, the whole way.
Like it would be who
looks don't kill, Saturn does.
It would be whose life force is powered by their hatred the most. That's what it's going to come down to. And there's a lot. There's a ton on that show.
Yeah.
Like, because Robert Baratheon's not going to get gored. He's not even going to get to that point because he's just going to be plummeting and then dying eventually. He fucking hated Targaryens.
Yeah.
Like, you could hear the piss and vinegar in his fucking voice every time he said it. Like, he was like Targaryen. Like, he'd like really drag the beginning out. It's like, oof.
Yeah. Like, he ordered the murder of Targaryen babies, if I'm not mistaken.
He did, in fact.
Yeah. Like the mountain smashed one of their heads against the wall. They call it dashed because they're fucking English or something. He dashed his head, he did.
He dashed him into the rocks below. So Game of Thrones on why was it? Oh, you're a tilt and wobble. There you go.
Yeah, you're up.
All right, cool.
Switcheroonie. This is easy because if we lose our place, it's just read the next thing.
Yeah.
That's why this is.
Well, there's a few jokes in here, so I might as well get one of these out of the way.
Yeah, this show has been fairly serious so far. if you can call us that.
Time for us to less Denson the show up. The Dreadnought, a ship featured prominently in Destiny 2, exists in the rings of Saturn and overlaps between rings A and B and is about 2,200 miles long.
Is it?
It's alleged. Fans have put it together. But it's a really
22-mile ship. Damn.
It's a really neat visual because like you can actually you can see it in the sky when you're on Titan. Like you can see.
That means so even if you were like really, really fucking fast, it would take you like 2 hours to run from one side to the other because like marathon runners went around there.
Yeah, they run about 1,100 miles an hour. That's doable.
Right. I thought you said 22 miles. The ship
2,200 miles.
2,200 miles.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, damn, how high are these Kenyan runners training?
So there's people that have born and died on this ship that have no idea, like they don't meet the other people on those. Oh, those are front shippers. Fuck them. Like,
not only that, this fact I remember reading this when I was playing the game a bunch, but it's they're not certain because it's been there as long as anyone's been able to remember, and it's supposedly older than Earth. It's like a 4.5 billion year old spaceship.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like that.
And like, who does maintenance? Because I tell you right now, my fucking pool every year, I got to do some shit with the fucking filter.
I don't. So this is one of the other ships that just like it bends time and like pokes through points in space. So I mean, if they got that figured out, I mean, they could figure out how to fucking change the oil on a 2,200-mile long spaceship.
Yeah, they probably got robots that just fucking do it.
Yeah, just all day long robots.
Yeah, nanobots. That's what we got to get.
Yeah.
How do we invest in nanobots? Get on that shit.
You know what? We're gonna Google that, and we're gonna get to the bottom of how do we invest in nanobots.
Okay.
How have we not invested in the company that's making robots that are going to take over the planet, Boston Dynamics?
I don't know.
That seems like a no-brainer.
I guess we should.
All right, we're not putting this. Right. We're not putting this episode out until we dump a bunch of money into them.
Okay. Yeah, and that way we can tell the robots like you can't fry me. I'm a stakeholder. Like, I'm on your board or something. I don't know.
Oh, my frying pan said the same thing to me. Right.
Do we have smart frying pans yet?
They certainly hold steaks. Oh, and then, what's even better is once we do that, and we'll definitely delete this part of the episode, because then we'll be building up even more of a demand for their stock prices, or for their stock shares. And we'll drive the price up, and then we'll sell.
Okay.
All right.
The old Reddit scheme.
Yeah. We just as many people know about us as they do Reddit.
Oh, yeah, 100%, yeah.
Easily.
We're definitely, yeah. Most
under the guise of science. It's either us or Reddit. Take your pick.
Getting back to the fact, though, half point.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll take it.
Because that is a fact that is true about an imaginary thing.
That has something to do with Saturn. That is heavily involved with Saturn.
Well, it's near Saturn.
It's among Saturn at that point.
Well, since we're talking about rings, I'll keep it ring related. The mass of Saturn's rings is about 0.4% of the mass of Saturn.
0.4. Oh, wow.
Very small.
0.4.
Yeah.
But like if it wasn't gaseous, there would be many zeros in front of that 4, between the 4 and the decimal point.
Yes. Yeah. If we were talking about more heavy stuff, rock, anything like that, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the exoplanets that we've been finding. We should. There's a video I saw recently that kind of went through some exoplanets that might be fun to talk about.
Okay.
But there's some big rocky planets that are multiple times the size of Earth, approaching the size of some of these gas giants. In some cases, even bigger. That it must be like the gravity on those. You can walk around, I guess, if you're leg muscles are a lot bigger.
Let's see. Mysterious spokes have been seen in Saturn's rings, which appear to form and disperse within only a few hours. Scientists have conjectured that these spokes might be composed of electrically charged sheets of dust-sized particles created by small meteors impacting the rings, or by electron beams from the planet's lightning. So I guess it's like probably just, this is me speculating now, but just friction of that much shit rubbing up against each other, near each other, causing like, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to make static electricity part of the rings, and the explanation for this, like, as an oversimplified.
There might be. It's. I mean, that is one of the fundamental forces of nature.
And is that that's one of the 4 ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the only 4 that really matter.
All right.
So I'm seeing a fact on here that I kind of said already, or just flat out said already when we started. But I said the rings have tiny grains up to giant rocks. But I did that already, so I don't know if that should count.
Ooh.
I may have cockblocked myself.
Nice. Welcome to my strategy.
Okay. So my actual fact then, is that Saturn's magnetic field is weaker than Earth's. It is 20 times weaker than Jupiter's, but it is still a gigantic magnet. It's still way bigger than Earth's, but it's weaker than Earth's, and that's because there is not as much liquid hydrogen on Saturn as compared to Jupiter.
Oh. Neato gang. I don't think I have one of those. Very good. All right. Review. Atlas, an inner moon of Saturn, orbiting around the outer edge of Saturn's A-ring, and like the other inner moon, or no, similarly shaped Pan planet, moon, Jesus. Atlas has a distinctive flying saucer shape created by a prominent equatorial ridge not seen on other small moons of Saturn. So it kind of almost looks like a flying saucer.
Oh, cool. That's because it's close enough that Saturn's tidal pull fucking squishes and stretches it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're guessing and I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, that is the right guess.
You sure guessed correct as far as I'm concerned. Cool. That is you. Cross you off the list.
All right. The outermost layer of Saturn's atmosphere is composed of ammonia, or contains ammonia crystals, which give it a pale yellow color.
Ah, neato. I did not have that.
So that means that the outermost layer of Saturn's atmosphere is basically cat pee.
I want the outermost layer.
Fact.
Bring me the outermost layer.
There's a strand of weed called cat pee that smells fucking awful. I don't know why it was made.
For the same reason that we drink terrible things.
I guess so, yeah.
This is gross. Here, you drink some.
Oh, you were right.
Here, try this passion fruit Four Loko. Oh, this is awful. Yeah, I know. Here, have some more. All right.
Yeah, remember fucking Sparks? That was like alcoholic 5-hour energy, I guess, is a way to describe it.
Yeah, it was it was caffeine and malt liquor.
Yeah. So a 22 of that. One was party time. 2 was party time, but I may not remember it. And you definitely threw up after 3. Like that was the limit for me anyway.
4 was a combination of grabbing random people and grabbing them by the collar and slamming them into a wall, but also taking breaks to throw up.
Right. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I'm on my way to work. You guys have been up all night. It is 7:30.
All right, did I say that? Yeah, wrote you down. All right. The planet is around 75,000 miles across at its equator and 68,000 miles from pole to pole.
And again, so is your mom. I can't. Too easy.
Arbitrary mom taking a beating tonight.
Yeah. Really giving it to arbitrary mom. This is my wife always says, like, they're gonna make your mom jokes. I'm the mom. Like, no, it's not you. It's everyone. It's just to make the other person angry. It's not real mom. All right.
You know what? The amount of years I've been being called mom, the fact that I've been around and someone went, "Oh, mom said," and I haven't gone, "I did not."
Right.
It's been right there the whole time. Son of a bitch.
Shit. You have to work it in the right spot. Now everyone's going to see it coming.
Yeah. Mom said.
Just like your mom. That's so easy. All right.
Mom said.
All right. All right, let's get off mom because I just got off yours. So, hey, Saturn. Sorry.
Sounds like I'm going to win this other mom contest.
Saturn is 9 AU. So that's astronomical units, which is the distance from Earth to the sun. So Saturn is 9 times that distance from Earth, which is about 870 million miles.
God damn. That's pretty far.
That far.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
Saturn is ever losing its rings, but very, very slowly. They're not disappearing at a rate we would be able to see clearly with a telescope from Earth, but as the rocks and ice of the rings move around Saturn, they are slowly losing pieces into Saturn as gravity pulls them in. So it's in my head when I read that one, I was like, is it kind of like it's probably a spiral that we can't see. Like if we were closer, we might be able to see it because it's getting
right a little bit.
Yeah, little bits getting pulled in.
And I mean the size of the things, I guess they're not that big.
Yeah. Or maybe it's kind of like a like almost conveyor belty, like the tectonic plates. Like you get new stuff showing up on one end, and then you got the older stuff disappearing on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, the rings do get new. This isn't one of my facts, but I know that the rings sometimes capture space dust, sometimes capture ice things that are floating around in the solar system. but also some of those ice volcanoes on Enceladus that, the ice leaves the atmosphere of the moon and ends up going into those rings as well. So there's things like that go on that do help replenish it. But yeah, I would imagine eventually, I mean, most planets, I think even the Earth had a ring at some point in its past after like various major collisions and stuff. But that's what happens, that the rings slowly go away due to gravity. So yeah, I guess it's only a matter of time.
Neato. How many quarters have we had? Three so far?
We've had 3.
Cool. Halftime.
Halftime of our 6-quarter game.
I.e., I have to pee.
Okay, yeah, you go. This will be the final quarter when you come back. I'll try to ad lib again. Let's see. Titan bigger than Mercury kind of screwed me on that one. I tried to go for the easy ones, and Charles does not write down the easy ones, so the strategy isn't working. If you're listening to this and you have a better strategy, please write in to Under the Guise of Science, but put in the subject line, Charlie, do not read this, so that way only I read this. It's Under the Guise of Science @gmail.com. Keep this between me and you. I'll make sure he doesn't listen to this piece of the podcast, so we can get a good strategy going. And because I'm up right now, but it's not going to end well because I have 2 picks and a pick on myself, which is never good. And also, I don't know if he did his lie or not. He didn't tell me, and I didn't catch one. I'm thinking in the 4th quarter, it has to be time, so I'm going to have to start getting skeptical. But rules are, for people who don't know, and I think I've said this before, but we only get 1 challenge flag. I didn't say this at the top of this show, because you can't say that was a lie and then be wrong. No, that was the truth. And then, 25 times call out for a lie so you don't miss it. You only get 1 challenge flag. We can only call out for 1 lie or 1 attempt at 1 accusation, I guess is a better way to put it. Let's see here. Oh, I would say that I'm up, but we have to flip again. Hopefully Charles calls heads again. Statistically, it can't come up heads again. I mean, it can't come up tails again, right? 3 out of 4. 3 out of 3 so far. So it can't go 4 for 4. That would be exceptional. I would take this coin on the road, make a fortune. I don't have too much. This isn't a fact about Saturn. We've said this on previous episodes, but Saturn is the savior of Earth as far as other solar systems or other star systems where there are larger planets like Jupiter. They tend to drift towards the center of mass of the solar system, which in turn kind of disrupts the formation of any smaller inner rocky planets like ours. But we had a second one. We had Saturn. And the, I guess, kind of the synchronization of Saturn's orbit. It orbits the sun once for every 2 Jupiter orbits. And the way it worked out, Jupiter only made it so far in before Saturn kind of pulled it back out and stabilized the orbits of the planets. So if it wasn't for Saturn, again, yet another domino in the we shouldn't be here stuff, we would not be here.
Are you talking about a hot Jupiter?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of revisiting the old Jupiter. Wanted to be a hot Jupiter, but Saturn was like, chill. You come back here, quite literally. No pun intended. Pulled it back out. And,
Jupiter moving in. Thursdays this fall on the Disney Channel. Nope. I put my glasses down somewhere. Guess I'll get them later.
The worst part about losing glasses, at least for me, is that I'm fucking blind without them. So how do you find them? I usually have to rally the troops. Everybody help me find my glasses because I can't see.
Yo, get a tile. Get one of those tile things on your glasses.
So it's always attached to it?
Yeah. I'm sure nobody would notice.
No, that's fine. I might have to hang one on each end to kind of on each side to counterbalance it, right? Are they heavy?
I don't know. You could start working out the other side of your neck. Like, so you have like a slightly stronger left side of your neck to compensate.
Just one trap. One Goldberg style trap and the other one's just mine.
One Bill Goldberg trap.
Yeah.
And one
bodybuilders, why are you always so symmetrical? I want to see a bodybuilder that just focuses on one side. I want a thigh, one like right thigh to be like mountains and the left thigh to look like it atrophied. I don't know, whatever. I was going to say something awful, but then thought better of it, so we'll leave it at that.
I actually had several thoughts of. I was like, I'm going to say this. That's terrible. All right. Well, what if I say nope? That's the exact same thing. All right, fair enough.
I feel like I'm allowed to make cancer jokes, but also I am uncomfortable making cancer jokes. So, but if anyone earned it, it's me.
Agreed.
Start of the fourth quarter. I'll flip her for you.
Yeah. What do you got?
No, I missed it. Hold on. It's harder to flip coins after drinking.
I'm not gonna give up on heads now. Heads is Fred's.
4 for fucking 4.
Holy
it is
shit.
tails. I gotta check the weight in this quarter, maybe.
I don't know if this quarter's regulation.
Yeah, is it where can you bring a quarter to get it weighed? Right in if you know.
Quick side pitch that has nothing to do with even science.
Okay.
I want to record like hidden camera us going into a coin shop to have an appraiser tell us whether or not a quarter is regulation, like because we've been having an argument, like because we've been playing heads or tails, and he's just been winning them all, and I think this quarter's not regulation. I think you figured out.
Show the video footage.
But you got to come sit in the car with us, and like we make him sit between us with a laptop, like all three of us in the back seat for some reason.
Bring your tools, bring your devices, your quarter regulation measuring. Those are real.
Get that book that says where each quarter was cast in which state. We got to figure out the what time of year it was, how the atmospheric conditions could have affected this coin.
Can we track down who made it? Is there like a person that pressed it that day? Get them in an interview.
Oh man! And it turns out that guy was half-assing it, and there's so many people out there losing coin tosses.
Let's see, 1988. Who was working at the U.S. Mint in 1988, pressing quarters, making them tails heavy.
And then we get to sue the estate of that guy.
Charles lost to the moon contest because of you. $1 million.
And then, surprisingly, Charles is also countersuing himself for $2 million for defamation.
If you sue yourself for that much and you don't have that much, does the government have to like step in and pay the balance? I think that should be a law.
I agree. And this is the second part of this podcast we're definitely going to delete also because we're going to be rich by the time this podcast is over, man. Like,
yeah, we don't give any ideas.
This episode, we're going to be so rich. So
we're out of the movie business and we're into the scamming the government business. That's all these scripts and the garbage. Now we're scamming the fucking U.S. Treasury.
Why are we putting on a show first? Let's just fucking get the money.
Yeah, we could have just done that.
Yeah, start of the fourth quarter.
Start of the fourth quarter. All right, I'm up.
Yeah.
Saturn has a massive storm known as the Great White Spot, which occurs approximately once every Saturnian year. So once a year for Saturn, which is about 30 Earth years.
So does it happen at the same time every cycle? Or every time around? Or
no, that's more on average. It's approximate,
okay.
but it seems to be annual for Saturn. Once in its trip around the sun, it'll pop up.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, I did not have that.
Which means, fuck, we've been around for a Saturn year and a third, I guess, right?
Yeah,
we're approximately
thereabouts. Like, I'm already the guy that celebrates his birthday way too long. Yo, if I had a birthday every 29 years, like, it would be like an Earth year.
Yeah,
of his birthday.
Listen, you know what I do at work? My 4 weeks vacation is in a row right around my birthday. I'm not coming back. Which, I mean, once every 30 years, so that's pretty cool that we saw Saturn and Jupiter I think it was last winter, when they were so close and they were lining up. The old, they called it the Christmas star, because right around Christmas they were very close to each other and it looked extra bright. So I don't know if you saw that, but that's pretty lucky.
I think I remember reading about it.
Yeah.
Yo, we better be lucky enough to see Betelgeuse supernova.
I hope so.
That would be amazing.
It's supposed to be soon, but soon to the universe is like within the next 10,000 years. But based on that article you sent me, it looks like it could be soon. Like that was original estimates, but Betelgeuse is like fluctuating and doing weird things, so it could even be in our lifetime, which would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, they went from thousands of years to tens of years. They're speculating.
Wow. Yeah.
So holy shit.
Fingers crossed. That because you'd be able to see it during the day if I'm reading that correctly. Yeah. It'd be brighter than the moon.
Yep. And see it with no problem.
Yeah. Take that, Katy Perry. Fuck fireworks being brighter than the moon. It's supernova brighter than the moon. Which is the stupidest song, because you can't even see fireworks in the day. They're not brighter than the moon.
Is that the
moon doesn't even give off its own light?
Is that the words? Oh no, you're just giving the actual science. Okay, never mind.
No, yeah, the words are brighter than the moon, moon, moon. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. It rhymes with. Yeah. Check it out, Beavis. She's shooting fireworks out of her boobs for the other way around.
They watched that video yet? God damn it. I'm sure they'd love it.
They did.
They did.
No, that was in not the new season, but when MTV did the new season and they also watched Jersey Shore and shit like that, they did watch the Katy Perry Baby You're a Firework video. Right. Yeah.
Good job, Mike Judge.
Yes. Yeah, that's all he does.
That's all he has to.
You are up, sir. Sorry.
Where did that one go? Galileo Galilei was the first to see Saturn's rings in 1610. Although from his telescope, the rings looked more like handles or arms. So he could see that there was stuff there, but it was such low resolution because it was a fucking 500-year-old telescope.
Yeah.
It's the best it could
He
do.
built himself. Yeah. Galileo. Good for him. He did a lot of stuff.
All right.
Him and Copernicus. I forget who was first of the two of them, but those are like the two famous names as far as like realizing the sun's in the middle and we're going around it.
He was the one who came up. Copernicus first pitched the heliocentric model.
Yeah, to be honest, I forget who was first, but those are the two that seem to like get their name attached to it. We'll have to look that up.
I'd say Copernicus probably because he was born 1473, died 1543, and that Galileo thing I just said 1610.
There you go. 200 years difference. That'll do it. I get them very much confused. So yeah, I'm not gonna give any expertise on that.
All right,
So who was first? Copernicus?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, just remember it alphabetical order. C comes before G.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. And if anybody else needs me to teach their children things based off of very, very simple ways to remember it, I can do that.
Those are the best ways to remember.
Yeah. Or adults. I can teach adults dumb shit too.
Yeah, you get a good mnemonic device like lemurs lick millipedes to get high.
You're up.
All right, I think I am up. Just for it is 18.5 to 17 right now.
Oof.
Just I am up by 1.5, but I do have those 3 blocks, so those are in there. And if I didn't get your lie, let me know and I'll give you the point. But otherwise, it didn't.
I will continue to say nothing.
Okay. All right, for me now, Saturn emits more energy than it receives from the sun due to the gravitational compression of its dense atmosphere. So it actually gives more back than it gets. Saturn's a very, very giving planet.
It's very green. It's very green planet, Saturn. It gives more than it takes back.
It does.
It's so nice. Saturn, nicest planet.
Easily, it is the nicest planet in the solar system.
Oh, we both had that.
I don't think that's up for debate. Yeah. That is a scientific fact.
Where'd it go? Where's that one? A number of Saturn's satellites, such as Prometheus and Pandora, are referred to as shepherd moons because they interact with ring material and keep the rings in their orbits. So this is gravity from the outside. Kind of same basic idea as like the equilibrium with Earth, where the gravity's pushing down and the magma pressure hot is pushing it out.
Right.
So it's
the heat, the expansion, and all that.
Yeah,
sure.
Two forces pushing in opposite directions, holding stuff in that area.
Yeah, I agree with you because I had a fact: Pandora and Prometheus act like counterweights to keep the ring stable. So, boom, you got me on that one too. Yeah. This is because it's gonna come down to I only have 3 facts left, and you probably have either 4 or 5. I would say. if my math is correct.
Which one did I just read? 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 8 facts left.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm in trouble here.
All right. Who just read me?
You did.
Okay,
yes.
you're up.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Titan time. Titan is a moon of Saturn. One of the larger ones, like we already discussed, the previous fact that it's actually bigger than Mercury. So Titan has a dense nitrogen atmosphere, which seems to be rich in organic compounds, and it is the only moon in our solar system with an atmosphere.
Wow, that's neat. I didn't realize that. I guess that's why it's always getting talked up real big as the potential other place in the solar system to sustain life.
Right. Yeah, especially after, if we get somehow we can get off the Earth and move back in the solar system when the sun balloons into the red giant, that will be more like the habitable. How do you say that word? You can live there, the zone. Habitable zone. Thank you. Sorry.
Habitable.
The Goldilocks zone.
Habitable sounds like how they'd say it in England. As the sun balloons into a red giant, Titan will move into a more habitable zone.
I live in South Wharf. It's habitable. It could be better.
Oh, you're a bit habitable, are you, ain't you?
So yeah, that's Titan. Switcheroo.
Is Titan MCU supposed to be the same Titan? Or Titan Marvel Universe, or
in the comic books it is. Okay. It's the Titan where those dudes are from, Eros, Thanos, I forget what their father's name is, but the Titan race is from the moon of Titan. In the MCU, in the movies, I believe Titan was just the name of another, like they went to that world and it was a dead world, however far away that, Iron Man was stuck in the spaceship with Nebula and stuff. Okay. So I think it is not the moon, it's another place.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see here. That one we did. Only 4 spacecraft sent from Earth have ever visited Saturn, and 3 of these were just brief flybys. The first was Pioneer 11 in 79, which flew within 20,000 kilometers of Saturn. Next was Voyager 1 in 1980, and then Voyager 2 in 81. It wasn't until Cassini's arrival in 2004 that a spacecraft actually went into orbit around Saturn and captured photographs of the planet and its rings and moons.
Rings and things. It's bits and pieces.
Oh, you're all bits and pieces, aren't you?
All right, you got El Punto. Now I'm up.
You are up.
Titan has liquid on its surface, including lakes and seas of methane and ethane.
I did.
So it's cold enough there that those gases become liquid.
Oh, wow, yeah. I guess I didn't even do that part. That's crazy.
Yeah. So far, you can't live there, but maybe one day.
Maybe next week?
Maybe. Probably not. Probably many people will already have been born and died between then when that happens.
Born and died. The Cassini spacecraft, Saturn orbiter, largest interplanetary spacecraft ever built, weighed 6 tons, and it helped identify plumes on the icy moon of Enceladus, as we referred to, and carried the Huygens probe, which plunged through Titan's atmosphere to successfully land on its surface. That's neat. I didn't realize we landed on Titan's surface.
No, I didn't either. I am going to throw out my challenge flag, though. I'm going to say it's not the largest one.
Oh, incorrect.
Damn it. All right.
So how's that work?
I just don't get the points, and you automatically get an extra point for... I'll just give you a point now, and then every fact, even your lie, will get you a point.
Okay. Sweet. All right, you're up.
That's a game changer. Damn it. I was hoping to win with that. Because this is my last fact. True fact number 25. It is also about Titan. So here's an interesting thing and a reason why maybe Titan is not the place that we're going to go to at some point. Because Titan is not completely protected by Saturn's magnetic field. There's parts of it, part of the orbit that actually leaves the magnetic field or just sits on the edge of the magnetic field. So the atmosphere actually gets ionized, meaning the sun shoots out all types of shit. Like it's not just light. There's all photons and other types of rays that come out. There's also protons. It'll shoot out certain types of protons that don't have electrons. They're usually high energy. And when they hit the atmosphere, these free protons will strip it of electrons. That's what it means by the atmosphere gets ionized, because the proton pulls, it becomes a hydrogen plasma that gets created from this interaction. And that actually is helping to continue to populate the rings. I guess this plasma that gets pulled in towards Saturn.
Neat.
Yeah, so that's a whole bunch of shit in one fact there about Titan, but basically that it sits outside the magnetic ring, the magnetic field, and because of that, the sun's rays do weird shit.
And does it also get pummeled? Like
from time to time, yeah, because some of the time in the orbit it's within the magnetic field, but then some of the time it goes out, and the atmosphere just gets beaten the fuck up.
And then you get like huge ozone layer holes and stuff like that, and then it just gets beat up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it has ozone, because that would be oxygen.
All right,
so I'm
fair
not
enough.
sure that it has that, but yeah.
Atmosphere.
Whatever it has gets fucking stripped, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, since it still has to be a fact, and as I mentioned, there are jokes. This technically is the fact. November 22nd, 1994, in Japan, 5th generation gaming console Sega Saturn was released. One of the first to use optical discs, CDs, DVDs, whatever, beating inaugural Sony PlayStation by a month.
That is a Saturn fact.
Not the Saturn we were referring to.
No.
I did not specify. Kid shitter.
Yeah. Car next.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
I forgot about Saturn cars. All right, so that one's out of there.
I'll give you half a point for that. And I also will say that the Sega... No, it was Dreamcast. Never mind. Sega Dreamcast had one of the best baseball games I've ever played. Not Saturn.
Ooh, what a dream! What?
Never mind.
What game was it?
I don't remember the name of the game. It was MLB something or other. Like it was, whatever the official game was. But the way the batting control worked was you held down a button and you released it to swing. So instead of pressing it at the right time, you had to release it at the right time.
Oh.
But you could also then press it again to check swing. So it kind of like had that, I don't know. I love that control feature anyway. It was
nice.
the shit. Yeah.
Let's see who's left here. In 2019, NASA announced their plans to launch their rotorcraft lander Dragonfly in 2026. Will arrive on Titan in 2034. Dragonfly will search for the chemical building block for life on Titan using its many onboard instruments, including a mass spectrometer.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. Like that has all the key components you'd want in an opening scrawl on a screen in a sci-fi movie. Like typed out.
And it does not go well.
In 2046, it returned. ...
Right.
Spooky music. All right.
So before you go on, the score is now 22.5 to 22.5.
Oof.
So this is going to be a walk-off, whether it's a half-point joke, whether it's your lie, whether it's a fact. You can win or you do win right now. So it's up to you which one you want to hit the walk-off with. Like I said, we reference many sports in relation to this.
It's pretty close. I think this might be my last one. Or no, there we go. There's the other one besides this. But here we go. Saturn's 8th largest moon, Gilgamesh, has an orbit like that of Earth's moon, with only one side ever facing while orbiting the gas giant.
Ooh, tidally locked.
Yeah. And then my last fact, Saturn's F ring also has a curious braided appearance. The ring is composed of several narrower rings and bends and kinks and bright clumps that can give them the illusion that these strands are braided. So my lie was my previous fact just before this. Saturn's 8th largest moon, Gilgamesh.
It's not Gilgamesh. Okay.
They were all Roman gods, except for this one. Like, let's go Sumerian god.
I don't know if I would have caught it because with the over 80 confirmed satellites, I mean, how many Greek gods are there? Eventually, they got to fucking reach into the well for some other.
For the record, they made a god for fucking everything. Yeah,
that's
it's
true.
Like the ancient god of right shoes, and there was a different god for left shoes, and then there was a
god of dragonflies.
Their father was
dragonflies dying.
Chicken, all meat. Each meat had its own.
Sorry, their father was what now? Sorry,
I don't remember the ingredients enough. Anyway, all good.
All right,
it wasn't great. Rest assured. But yeah, I think that's all the facts.
That is all the facts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you won by 1, 2. You won by 2. 24.5. No, including the lie, it would be 25.5 to 22.5. So you won by 3.
Hot shit. I think I know it.
You know what that means.
Yeah.
this week's contest. Of us, he did the best. Don't swim till you digest. It's the moon contest. You're bucking up the wrong moon, pal.
And if I win at the live show, I'm definitely doing a flip off something higher. Yeah,
Love it.
I'm going to have to start when I say digesta.
Jesus Christ.
I know. How high ceilinged of a place do I think we're going to be able to book for our first fucking live show that I'm going to be able to... Are we getting Carnegie Hall the first fucking...
Right. We're going to... what's the name? The Hammerstein Ballroom. You're going to pull a Greg Louganis off the fucking balcony. I'm going to have to start on the first chord as I jump off the side of this gorge onto the crowd below. 450 foot.
I hit play as I'm falling off.
Right. So many flips.
I want to jump off something high enough that I kind of get bored while I'm falling.
And you better catch me.
You better catch me and also not get crushed by the weight of a human being falling for 30 seconds.
I've been falling so long, I'm already dead. This is just a carcass. My heart gave out way low. 150 feet ago, my heart stopped.
Dead before impact.
Yeah.
That'd be my lifetime movie. Dead Before Impact, the Charlie Sheridan movie.
It would be an hour and a half of you falling in real time.
Oh, man. You almost made me break my computer with alcohol. Just, and then we put out a fucking... Well, not we, I'll be dead. But you'll put out the extended cut. Now with 35 extra minutes of falling. Then you do another one with director's commentary. Hey, and he's still falling. Cool. All right.
Here he's falling and screaming. He's screaming. And you notice he stopped screaming. He's no longer screaming. Now he got used to it.
He got used to it. And you can really see that he's making peace with what's going to happen in the next 35 to 40 minutes.
He smiled and tucked his knees. And he's still falling.
He seems to be almost nodding off now at this point. Oh, yeah, look how loose he's getting.
Is that a sandwich? Did he bring a sandwich?
Oof. Oh, man. My cheeks hurt from this one. Oh, yeah. In true moon contest fashion, we're just a hair under 2 hours.
Yep. These are the long ones. I feel like this was no filler, though. This was a lot of good stuff. You learned a lot about Saturn.
And I can't wait to relearn it when I listen to it, because I don't remember most of it.
Same, yeah.
It's too many things.
I know you said a bunch of facts I didn't have, but I didn't retain them.
I remember going very genuinely a few times, oh shit, I didn't have that. Or something to the effect of that.
Cool.
Under the Guise of Science. Guise always spelled Guise. Under the Guise of Science at gmail.com, on Facebook and on Instagram.
Also on TikTok, we are Under the Guise of Science. On YouTube and on Twitter, we are at Science Guys. And apparently we're on that new Instagram, Twitter thing. What's that called again?
Thread. Really?
Yeah.
We're on Thread?
Yeah, Threads. We are. It was
right.
easy. It's just, I said use Instagram profile and it brought everything over. So Under the Guise of Science on Threads, apparently.
With Threads, right, with a Z.
Well, yeah.
That's how you know it's cool.
Yeah,
it's got a Z at the end.
Yeah. That means it's edgy.
That means watch out for this social media platform.
Yeah.
Gotta keep your eyes on that one. Yeah. Until next time, you nice people.
Thanks for listening.